Here we go, guys. Just a real quick video on Ethereum. And are we going to see 1500 before we see 4000? I mean, that's really the two targets that we have set up here. We're going to jump right into that. This is the daily chart. Every candle's 1 day or 24 hours of price action. Now, one good thing here is on the chart is that we have the 20 and the 200. On my chart, the 20 simple day moving average is blue and the red is the 200, okay? And for the new people that are just getting into, the charts, technical analysis, the 20, the blue line is average closing price the last 20 days, and of course the 200 is the last, average closing price the last 200 days. Now, if you're on the weekly chart, it's the last 200 weeks. If you're on the weekly charts, the last 20 weeks, okay? But based on the 20 and the 200. But real quick, we're holding this sideways consolidation zone, and it's relatively narrow here. And the reason why that's a good thing is that the more narrow the sideways consolidation, the tighter that spring is. And then with a price is tracked, it can only go one of two ways. It can break out to the upside, or of course, it can break down to the downside. Okay, so it's trapped in here, and a lot of people get whipsawed in this area. This is where mental anguish comes in, depression, hostility towards the markets, because it's not really doing anything. It's just kind of pushing up, pushing down to get your hopes up, and then boom, your hopes are fried, and it comes back down in here. Okay, but I'm telling you, when you have that 20 and the 200 close together, we really harp on this with our Patreon members. There's more nuances to it, but anyway, but once this breaks out, it'll be a violent breakout, either to the upside or downside. And the target for the downside right now, let me put this on here. And what we'll do is if it breaks to the downside out of that gray box, you come down, and then the next potential support was or will be this previous resistance right here. See how we have that high pivot there, high pivot here, and then you had support over here until you broke it, obviously with this red candle there. Okay, so that's the next target. Might as well say, even whole round, even number, 2 grand. And then the next one, as you come down, this is how you this is how you track, the downside or the upside to any asset. Doesn't matter if it's stocks, crypto, whatever. And around 1800 here is a very strong target, very strong support zone. See what I was talking about earlier? This narrow range. And then we had this violent bar, a lot of energy to the upside. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. And over here as well to where? To the downside. See? And then, worst case scenario, things start literally popping off overseas. You know where I'm going with that. That's how we could get, to our 1500 zone there. And also, I want to address. I think it's incorrect, and that is that regarding the alleged alt season. Okay, everybody goes, well, Ethereum leads the alt season. No, it doesn't. Okay, and I'll prove it on the charts. Those are people that really, well, anyway, I'm not going to get into that, but uh, Ethereum does not lead the alt season. Okay, I'm going to show you the one chart that'll show you when, where, and how alt season kicks off. Okay. So let's start right here. First of all, going back in time regarding this current bull cycle, okay? 2022 was the down market. And then once you have a down market, then you have, so far, this is the cycle for Bitcoin, then you had 3 years up cycle, okay? 2023, 2024, and now 2025. Now, the caveat was 2025, the last year of the cycle, okay, is always the most parabolic. Bitcoin makes the highest gains, highest percentage. Okay, so anyway, um, when this cycle's kicked off, and there's a correlation here, and I'm going to show you on another chart why this is important. First of all, that 20 and the 200 close together, okay? That's very, very important, all right? And it always leads to something, really good, okay? Really good, hint, hint. Or price can come down to the downside really bad, all right? And I'll just leave that there, okay? Now, the next chart we're going to look at is total three, okay? This is the chart you need to be watching and looking at. This is the top 123, 125 altcoins. It kicks out Ethereum, it kicks out Bitcoin, okay? So you're just, dealing with the smaller market cap altcoins, all right? Alt season, technically, and I hate using that term, but anyway, it actually started the mid October, okay, of 2023, all right, where that white arrow is, okay. And if you know about the location on the chart, event candle, and your risk management, basically stop loss, um, this really shows you how to get in, how to scale out, how to make, consistent profits, not just luck, okay? And our Patreon members know how to do that. But anyway, here was the first kickoff in the altcoin season, quote unquote. We had a pullback here. Remember that in 2024 had a pullback. That was the second liftoff. And then at the end of 2024, we had the big blow up here, almost parabolic. And for the next cycle, so to speak, within a cycle, so long as we don't take out this low pivot right here, this is where all season really has started more recently, or the more recent cycle was the 1st of April. Okay, this is where we are now. Now, why is this important? This is the money coming in. Nothing matters unless money's coming in. Retail's, FOMOing. Some institutions are big syndicates coming in, FOMOing, whatever. That's all that matters, is getting that money coming into the market. And as you can see here, we had a nice reversal, off this long-term uptrend, okay, the 1st of April. And now we're kind of back testing, coming back in here. And who knows, we might, hit our long-term uptrend line again, that hold support and go, hopefully is what we're looking at. But bottom line, if we take out this low pivot here on the total three chart, alt season's done for a while, okay? All the money really is going into, right now, going into Bitcoin, okay? Because of, treasury, strategy, companies, that sort of deal, okay? A little bit, more on that. But and then the next support area, like we talked about on Ethereum, would be down here at our 200. But we don't want to take out that low pivot regarding money being sucked out of here, pushed over into Bitcoin, or just pulled out of the market. People giving up, getting, frustrated. Totally can understand that. Okay. But guys, appreciate you watching. Check out our Patreon members group below. And, we delve into this like every day, okay? And in the meantime, we will see you on the charts.